As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I've been going through a little bit of a rough patch recently. It's been a bit of a tough time. It's been a very positive time as well, though, because I do feel like I've grown a lot, and I haven't done a lot of growth or self-reflecting in the past couple of years. So part of, I think, this progress or this attempt at making progress or continuing the progress, I decided I needed some time off. So 2 days ago, I switched off my phones. I switched off the internet. I turned everything off, and I've completely unplugged as a way of kind of trying to connect back with myself, as a way to try to figure out what I want to do in my life, as a way to figure out what I want to do moving forward, and the type of person I want to become moving forward, or the type of person I want to be moving forward. And I've come to the realization that I just want to be myself. I just want to get back to being myself again. That's really important. And yeah, these past couple days have been really good for me. Over these past couple days, I've traveled. I've been through New Hampshire and into Maine. I've shot pictures without worrying about sharing them. I've taken videos just to capture what I'm seeing. And right now, what I want to do in this episode, because this isn't a normal vlog for me, is I just want to share a little bit. So I'm going to roll the footage and the photos that I took over the past couple of days and share that with you guys as I do a little bit of a voiceover. I've been doing a lot of writing on these couple of days off. I've basically been sat in the car or in a Starbucks or wherever I could find and writing like crazy. And so I wanted to share a little bit of what I've been writing, what's been going on in my head with you guys, voiced over on this episode of the vlog from here in New England. So here's the footage, and the voiceover is called Be Average. I'm an average guy, normal. In fact, I'm basically normal in every way possible. I'm average height, I'm average weight, average looking, I have average intelligence. I'm pretty sure there's not a person on the planet more average than I am. Growing up, I was kind of always just there in the middle, never really excelling, not way behind, just there in the middle. I was privileged. I grew up middle class. I had a family that stuck together, stayed together, and supported one another. I never listened to my parents fighting. I never had to deal with any sort of abuse. I never really lost anything or anyone. Nothing exciting really happened. There was never any drama. And while I'm sure a lot of people around the world dreamed of an average life, I hated it. At a certain age, I even found myself jealous of the people who had strife, conflict, and loss in their lives. It gave them something to feel. I didn't really feel anything, aside from average. When I traveled the world, I didn't do it to prove anything. I didn't do it to brag to my friends. I did it because it made me feel. It made me feel like I was chasing dragons, like I was dodging quicksand, like I was escaping pirates. When I was lost in my life of average, I would start seeking travel again. It always gave me a path or a means to escape the path that I didn't want to be on, that I was on. Through travel, I learned to speak multiple languages, to engage respectfully in different culture, and most importantly, to shed my shyness. Thanks to travel, I became proud of myself. I was still average, and I always will be, but I was an average person living an extraordinary dream. And through it all, I wanted to share that with the world. Not because I wanted validation or for people to see me as more than just an average guy, but because I wanted to show people that even the most average person on the planet can live a life that's fulfilling and exciting. But somewhere along the way, I kind of lost my path. I'm not sure if it's the years of being treated like someone who's not average or just the lack of tight social structure in my life, but I've become entitled. I've become that person I used to cringe at. I've become the person that constantly needs validation that he's living an extraordinary life. As if living this amazing life alone isn't enough, I need to hear it from people. I need to hear them tell me that I should be proud of what I've accomplished. I don't know at what point I lost my way. I don't know at what point I lost my reasons, but I did. I went from being humble to arrogant. I went from being ever positive to somewhat jaded and negative. I went from being an average guy trying to inspire people to chase their dreams to self-absorbed and always looking out for myself first. These past couple weeks have been tough, but for all the right reasons. I was hit with a humbling slap across the face, a reminder that I'm just average. I was forced to look inward. I was forced to peel back the layers, the shell that I built around myself, and try to get back to the raw version of myself. It was painful. I'm not gonna lie. But it's the most honest I've been with myself maybe my entire life. I've been riding a wave these past couple weeks. I flow between regret and nostalgia, between shame and pride, and between worry and self-assurance. When you live on the road and spend so much time alone, you can slip away from yourself. You can become that plastic bag floating in the wind. We all need anchors in our lives, and I've been so focused on me, so compulsively obsessed with me, that I haven't allowed anyone to be my anchor. And I haven't been an anchor to anyone else either. So as I now float through life on my own, I can't help but ask myself, what's my purpose? What am I doing? What am I doing that's positive to the world and the people around me? These days, disconnected in New England, I've never really felt more alone. I've never felt more knocked off my feet. But I've also never grown so much. There's a realization in these days too, though, and in the words that I'm typing and speaking, that the growth is far from over and probably is just starting. I'm sure the letter most used in this piece is almost definitely the letter I, and that's something I need to get away from. I use social media as a loudspeaker, searching for validation, rather than as a conversation and a tool to help other people achieve. I use this vlog as a means to show off my life, when I should be using it to create a community that I can actually help other people in, and other people can help each other. I take and I take and I take, and what have I really ever given back? I've used the excuse that I'm leading by example when I know damn well that I'm leading because I like the attention in the front of the pack. The self-reflecting that I've been forced to do over the past month is a step, but it means nothing without accountability. It means nothing without action. And I don't know how to move forward, if I'm being honest. I really don't. But I know that the support I've gotten from friends, family, and random strangers who like, follow, and share these things will serve as inspiration to do the same back to them. I'm privileged not by my lifestyle, my business, or my ability to chase my dreams. I'm privileged that I have so many people who care so selflessly and unconditionally for me. All these years I've been saying that I'm trying to be an inspiration, but in the end, it's this amazing support group that has been so inspiring to me. It's been you guys that have been propping me up. It's time to get back to the basics. It's time to get back to the raw version of myself. And well, it's a work in progress. The raw version of myself is on his way out. And I'm confident that soon we'll have this average guy back. The average guy in the middle of the pack who I was actually proud of. At the end of the day, average isn't something to be ashamed of. It's not something to push away from. Average doesn't mean that we're not unique. It doesn't mean that we can't be loved. It doesn't mean that we won't be missed if we disappear. In the end, travel isn't important. Travel doesn't make you less average, because if you can become comfortable in your average skin, and if you stop focusing on how average you are and start focusing on how you can make those around you feel special, you'll never be average in their eyes. Embrace your average. Average is okay. Be you in your best form, and love others, even in their worst form. Be average.